Like any famous franchise, Sonic the Hedgehog has a whole lot of merchandise available for fans to get their hands on. While these days many of these toys might be considered a little lackluster, there are a plethora of unique collectibles from Sonic's early days in the 90s that have become quite rare. Some of them are even downright weird, but like in a kind of interesting and compelling way. So today we're taking a closer look at some of these items with our list of the top 10 Sonic collectibles. Starting us off at number 10, Sonic the Hedgehog the board game. A board game from 1992, players roll the dice and work together to move Sonic through 4 different levels on the game board, collecting tokens and leading up to a battle with Robotnik. It's pretty much a board adaptation of the Sega Genesis game, made by Milton Bradley. Even though it was one of the first Sonic board games, it wasn't the last, with the most recent one being Sonic the Hedgehog Battle Racers that was released this year. Doesn't have the same charm though. Coming in at number 9, Sonic the Comic Issue 1. Sonic the Comic, also known as STC for short, was a British children's comic published by Fleetway Editions that ran from 1993 to 2002. STC published not only comics featuring Sonic and his pals, but stories about him and other things related to the franchise. It amassed such a large cult following that when it stopped publishing, fans continued its legacy on an unofficial online version titled Sonic the Comic Online. So naturally the first print issue is quite the collectible. While you can easily find the full issue online, the physical copy is quite rare and difficult to get your hands on. Up next, number 8, the Sonic and Knuckles figurines. Back when Sonic and Knuckles was released, a set of figurines were made available for fans to collect in 1994. While the paint jobs on these figures are questionable at best, there was a big variety to be found, with the likes of 20 to get your grabbers on. They would either come in packs of 4 or in little grab bag packages that contained a random figure inside of it. Gotta love a bit of mystery. The figurines also came with a character card that had stats on it, which was kinda neat and informative. In our number 7 spot, Sonic Mountain Quest. 90s toys were the coolest. They were so inventive and imaginative, and weren't overly technologically complicated. Here we have a perfect example of that with Sonic Mountain Quest. It was a motorized toy that used magnets and manual button presses in order for players to complete the challenge, which was to navigate a metal ball to the top of a Sonic Zone-inspired mountain. Depending on how far up the mountain you made it, you were rewarded with points, all of which were marked on the mountain themselves. No digital counter here, friends. Up next in our number 6 spot, Sonic Body Wash. What's one thing to make bath time more enjoyable? How about Sonic Body Wash, which comes with the game? Better developed than some of the more recent Sonic games, this body wash featured a game on the front of the bottle, and the objective was to collect the colored rings by placing them on matching colored pegs. The body wash was also antibacterial, so everybody wins. And at number 5, the 20th Anniversary Crystal Cube. Moving away from fun toys to collectibles that you would want to keep locked up in a display cabinet, here we have the 20th Anniversary Crystal Cube. To celebrate the 20th anniversary of the character, Sega released Sonic Generations. Based on where in the world you lived, various special editions of Sonic Generations were made available. Europe's came with a statue, the soundtrack, an art book, and a golden ring. Whereas if you lived in Japan, you could get your hands on something more elusive. A laser-etched crystal cube was up for grabs for 1,000 lucky Sonic fans, featuring Sonic standing next to a monitor with his face on it, along with the 20th anniversary logo. In our number 4 spot, the Happy Meal toys from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. To this day, I still adore McDonald's Happy Meals. How could you not? The cherry on top of a Happy Meal was the toy that was included. Over the years, various Happy Meal toys have collected quite the pretty price tag, and have become rather rare collectibles the older they get. The Sonic the Hedgehog 3 McDonald's toys are no exception. Released in 1993 as a promotional toy for the game, you could collect Sonic, Dr. Robotnik, or Knuckles from your Happy Meal, all of which were toys on wheels. Sonic's allowed you to spring him forward with a burst of speed. Knuckles would spin in circles when you rolled him around, and Robotnik's was a wind-up toy. There was also a Sonic ball and a Tails that flew up in the air when you wound it up. Coming in at our number 3 spot, the 10th Anniversary Collection. So what tops the 20th Anniversary Crystal Cube? Well, how about the 10th Anniversary Collection set? Sought after by Sonic collectors everywhere, this set contained a statue, a crystal cube, an engraved silver Zippo, a sterling silver ring, and a wine glass often referred to as the Grail. The Grail and the Zippo were given out as a special Sega birthday party event, while the other items were sold all together back in 2001. And trust us, to find these items all together these days is pretty rare. Sonic Zippo, for all of your smoking adventures. Up next, number 2, Supersonic Pinball. No doubt inspired by the supersonic pinball machines of the late 70s, this plastic pinball toy was a handheld version, sort of. It was a motorized pinball machine that allowed you to play Sonic-themed pinball wherever your heart desired, and as long as you had 2 D-cell batteries and 2 C-cell batteries. While it may not be nearly as rare as our last number, this vibrating vintage 1993 machine is super cool, and can be found on eBay, ranging anywhere between $20 to $40 depending on the condition. And last but not least, in at number 1, the Sonic Guitar. Perhaps the most ridiculous yet kind of awesome Sonic the Hedgehog collectible on this list is the ESP STH-130 guitar, aka the Sonic guitar. With multiple decal variations including the likes of both Sonic and Shadow, this guitar from ESP was crafted to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Sonic. Made with an alder body, hard maple 3P neck, and ebony fingerboard, it also comes with the Sonic and Shadow pick set, so you're fully accessorized. They sold for up to 665,000 yen, which is just over 6,100 in US dollars. Alright, there we go. Do you guys own any of the numbers on our list? Tell us about it in those comments below. If someone has the Sonic guitar, I'd be, pretty impressed to see it. If you're feeling like you want more Sonic, well, you're in luck, because the playlist on your screen right now has a ton of Sonic videos just waiting for you to watch them. But make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons before you go. In the meantime, thanks for watching everybody. Catch you all in the next video.